What does the word rustic mean to you? Now, to me, it means I'm going to go buy a bunch of really expensive furniture from Pottery Barn and then pretend to all of my friends that it's like original, authentic pieces from like Texas flea markets. Oh, wait a second. That's Carrie. Carrie is, how do I say this? Carrie is something special. Carrie is a sim that I made up when I was streaming last week. I was building this like rustic house and we sort of were joking around on stream, like creating the personality of the sim that lived there. And so it's this like suburban mom named Carrie. She's from Rhode Island, comes from money, only child, but now she lives in Texas with her husband Matt, who actually is a great guy. Don't get me wrong, Matt, I'll explain him later. Stand-up guy, but Carrie? Ugh. So her and Matt have 2 kids. Their names are Dallas and Austin. Again, she lives in Texas. She has this rustic house, and she's like the definition of Pinterest mom. Pinterest Facebook mom. Also soccer mom, but her kid plays football. Okay, do you get the vibe? So she's like, bleached blonde, had some work done, really into Botox, like, which is nothing wrong with that. Like, she's living her dream. But, like, I'm just giving you an idea. I'm giving you a picture, okay? I'm painting this image. You'll see me create her as we go on. But like I said, she's really into what she thinks is rustic. So she's, like, from Rhode Island. And since she's moved to Texas and trying to, like, embrace the culture, she, like... she tries really hard to be Southern and like what she thinks is Southern, and she like really wants to like be part of that. So she looked up rustic chic on Pinterest and then just carbon copied it all in her house. Like her bedroom, her master bedroom, she found a picture on Pinterest and recreated it like item for item. And she claims that she's like a designer and she claims she's all into DIY stuff, but she buys things pre-bought. So she'll buy like a pre-rusted, like, old vase that's not actually old. It was just made to look like that. And then she acts like it's an original piece that she found at, like, some flea market. All of her clothes she buys from, like, big chain clothing stores. And then she claims that they're from, like, local boutiques. Like, she thinks that Zara is, like, local to her. Like, she thinks that she, like, found this, like, gem, but it's just some international brand. Like, but she tries to brag about finding these local boutiques and stuff, but everyone knows that she's wrong. And everything she thinks is Southern, she does, and, like, tries to make her family do. So she's like, oh, sweet tea, the South loves that, and she, like, makes it all the time. And she's like, what do the South eat? Mac and cheese. Makes it all the time. She makes her whole family wear these matching red flannels and cowboy boots and cowboy hats on the weekends, and they go square dancing. Like, she's something else. But the thing is, Carrie is not the nicest of gals. She really wants to have, like, the perfect Southern family, except her kids don't really fit into, like, what her mind has determined that means. She wants, like, her son to love blue and play football and her daughter to be into pageants, but that's just not the case. Like, so her husband, Matt, he works for this chemical plant and he's really smart. Matt's a great guy. It's a really small town, too, so everyone knows him. Everyone loves him. Teaches science classes at the school on the weekends. Like, Matt is a really stand-up guy. Everybody in town thinks he's great. And his kids, so Austin, his mom makes him play football. He hates it. Austin wears glasses he, like, actually can't see. And his mom won't let him get contacts, but when he plays football, he can't wear his glasses on the field, and so he literally can't see anything. So he's awful at sports. Like, just terrible. But his mom's like, you don't need glasses. And he's like, Mom, I can't see. And she's like, no, you don't need glasses. And so he's really bad at sports. He also hates them, but she keeps making him play. All he wants to do is craft. And I mean that in more than one way. He wants to be a Minecrafter and he wants to make crafts. The guy loves DIYs. He's everything his mom wishes she could be, except she's just not, because Carrie sucks and Austin's great. And then Dallas, her poor daughter Dallas. So Carrie really always wanted to do beauty pageants, but she was not, like, she just wasn't good at them. And so now she's forcing her daughter into beauty pageants, except Dallas hates them. She does not care about them at all. Dallas just wants to, like, mess around and, like, think about space and be into science like her dad. But her mom won't let her do any of those things because she's like, you're a girl, meh. And so Dallas hates her mom too because she's like being forced into these beauty pageants. And it's a really toxic situation. I feel terrible for them all. Like when I made her kids, I was sitting here and I was like, oh my God, look, her son he needs his glasses, but he can't wear them for his athletic outfit. It's so sad. And I was getting really emotional just making The Sims. Also, a lot of Carrie's outfits are like beige-ish colors and like brown colors because she thinks they're rustic. She really is obsessed with this idea of rustic. And so anything that's like beige, she's like, oh my God, it's rustic. And then she wants to buy it. But that's just not how that works. Like Carrie, I don't know what you think is going on here, but like that's not how life works. Anyway, she really wants to cheat on her husband because she is very used to living a very lavish lifestyle. And her husband makes pretty decent money. Like, they aren't struggling by any means, but Carrie likes to live beyond her means. She's used to growing up with, like, ridiculous amounts of money, and now that her husband just has, like, an average job, and of course she won't work, they don't really have that much money. So they have a pretty nice house, but she just spends and spends and spends and spends. Like, she just went and put a new pool and hot tub in their backyard, which they could not afford. And she doesn't even, like, talk about these things with her husband first. She just kind of, like, does them. And he's like, we can't afford that hot tub. And she's like, oh, well, we bought it. And then he has to take up extra jobs to pay for all of her expensive bills and all of her things that she keeps just buying, all this expensive furniture she buys and acts like she bought at flea markets. Yeah. So it's really not a good situation. And again, she keeps, like, telling Matt, her husband, that he's not good enough for her, and he's starting to believe her, but Matt is so much better than Carrie, and, like, they've been together since high school, and so they don't really know anything other than each other, and so he loves her so much, doesn't realize how awful she is, and she just keeps mistreating him and telling him he's not good enough, and she's just so horrible to Matt, and he's such a good guy, and like I said, the entire town loves him. Like, everybody loves Matt. He's great. He, like, you know, he coaches the son's football team, even though he knows the son hates it, but Carrie keeps trying to force him to do it, and, like, he's a really good guy, and sorry, I just get sad thinking about it, but, like, Carrie wants to cheat on him really badly, because she's, like, looking for other people that can better provide for her lifestyle. Like, she wants to have more money and stuff, but nobody in town will cheat with Carrie, because one, everyone likes Matt too much, they wouldn't do that to him, and nobody likes Carrie, so no one would do that to Carrie either. Ugh. But yeah, poor girl. Yeah, she really can't have an affair, because she can't find anyone to have an affair with. But her parents have set up trust funds for the kids because her parents are really rich. And so the kids have these trust funds that they'll get access to when they turn 21. And Carrie keeps trying to, like, convince her mom to give her access to them now. She's like, oh, no, give me the money for the kids. And her mom's like, I'm not an idiot. I know you're going to spend it all. Like, Carrie's parents don't like her very much. I think Carrie's dad is a pretty stand-up guy. Like, he's worked really hard for his money. You know, he's a pretty good guy. But, like, he and Matt get along great. He and Matt are great friends. Nobody really likes Carrie, like, not even her parents. Her mom despises Carrie. I think that Carrie's mom is very similar to her. These are the grandparents I'm talking about. I think that they're very similar, and so Carrie and her mom really clash on a lot of things, but her dad's great. They get along great with everybody. But just overall, Carrie's not the nicest of gals. Like I said, you're seeing now I'm making their, like, matching outfits for their party wear. I really enjoyed doing that. I really enjoyed giving Carrie and her family matching party outfits. I just imagine them all going out square dancing together on, like, a Thursday night, and nobody wants to do it but Carrie, and they all just go. I mean, I think Matt goes along with it because he cares about Carrie, so he'll do things for her like that, but the kids hate it. Like, the kids do not want to go, but their mom is just forcing them out square dancing, and they're like, Mom, I've got homework, and the kid's like, I've got football practice, and she's like, you can go after we dance, and she makes them go square dancing. Sounds like my worst nightmare. I am not a fan of square dancing. We had to do square dancing in elementary school. Yeah, I think everyone did, at least in America. Did not enjoy that. That was not something that I was very pleased about, I'm not gonna lie. For a lot of Dallas's outfits, I imagine that her mom is dressing her, like, very girly and very pink and, like, very perfect, pristine little outfits, because her mom uses her like a little dress-up doll, right? but one of them, her sleepwear. So I have this running joke on my channel about how moms hate dinosaurs, and like moms refusing to let their kids play with dinosaurs and their kids liking dinosaurs but not being able to, and like hiding them from their parents because they aren't allowed to like dinosaurs. Carrie hates dinosaurs, of course, because why wouldn't she? And little Dallas loves science, kind of wants to be an archaeologist, like loves that kind of stuff because of her dad, you know. And so her sleepwear, there's this like stupid chameleon looking outfit, and I was like, yeah, that's a dinosaur, and I gave it to her, and I'm pretending it's a dinosaur. So she wears like these secret dinosaur pajamas. I thought it was funny, so I did that. I think the lesson that we're taking away from this, though, is that Carrie is an overall bad person, but we still love her, okay? I think that she has very good intentions. She wants the best for her family and her children and mostly herself, and she'll do whatever it takes to get that. That is the best for herself. She'll do whatever she can to make sure she has the best for herself. And that's, you know, I think admirable in some ways, to love yourself that much. I also think that she's very deep down painfully self-conscious. So there's that. But like I said, I made a whole video where I built her house, like this family's house, and I talked more about them. I'll link it down below. And I did stream it first. So if you want to watch my streams and sort of get yourselves involved in the creation of ridiculousness like this, we just sit there and for like, I'm not kidding, like 3 hours while I built their house, we're just like throwing out things about what Carrie does and like different things she believes and stuff like that. And oh my god, I don't know if you saw, but in her sleepwear, she's got sunscreen on, and it's because Carrie thinks, so she's really worried about her skin and like making sure she stays looking young. But Carrie thinks that you only need to wear sunscreen for like preparation for the sun. She doesn't think you need to wear it in the sun. So she'll wear sunscreen overnight every night and like soak in it, like put so much on that it won't go into her skin. So she just like puts like a mask of sunscreen on every night. And she thinks that like by doing that enough, her skin will become like sun resistant. But that's not how sunscreen works, Carrie. You have to wear sunscreen in the sun, but she wears it before bed thinking that she'll be like fresh and ready for the next day. And then she like washes it off in the morning, you know? Yeah. Not actually how sunscreen works. So glad that you guys could watch the video. I hope that you enjoyed my new family, the Bakers. I really like these people. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut off right here. Make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day. And so I will see you all tomorrow. Also, they're on the gallery and CC free. So I'm just saying. Okay. Bye, everybody. You might think that I'm just really pale, but actually I wear so much sunscreen every day that it makes my skin look this white. I'm not pale, it's just all the sunscreen that I have on.